Saturday, August 19th. I woke up in the dark to the sound of an explosion. I groped around for my regular glasses, unable to find them in this new bedroom, upstairs in this new house. Then my glasses suddenly appeared on the nightstand, illuminated by a flash of lightning. I'd no sooner pulled them on than when another explosion made the windows rattle and the walls shake. The lightning once again filled the room, painful and surprising, like the flash of a camera in my face. I waited for more explosions to follow, but none did, and I fell back asleep. I woke up again at 7, still wearing my glasses. I walked down the stairs, unbolted the front door, and stepped out into the morning air. It wasn't what I expected. The air had a gray tint to it, and a damp, foul smell like an ashtray. Smoke, I thought. Something around here is on fire. I walked back inside and turned left toward the sound of a television. Mom was sitting on a stool at the high counter that separates the kitchen from the rest of the great room. Mom, I think something's on fire around here. What? Where? Step out front and take a look, and smell the air. Mom slid off the stool and hurried out the front door. She made it exactly as far as I had when the smoke stopped her in her tracks. Where's it coming from? She cried, shuffling backward in her bedroom slippers. She stared at the top of the house, looking for flames. I don't know. I'll check around back. I pulled my t-shirt up to cover my mouth and nose and ran off into the blowing gray smoke. I circled completely around our new house, but I couldn't see the source of the fire. Mum was on her way back inside. I'm calling the fire department. What about Dad and Eric? Should I wake them up? They're already up. They're up and out. They went to Gainesville to look at the football stadium. Gainesville? That's where the University of Florida is, honey. Oh, I guess we don't need to save them then, I said as I started to feel the walls for heat. You know, it could be the electric wiring inside the walls. It could smolder for a while in there and then burst into flames. It could? Mum replied in horror. She snatched up the portable phone and dialed 911, talking as she followed my hand's progress along the wall of the great room. The builder of this development certainly should have known how to wire it. Hello! Yes, I want the fire department. Mum felt the wall with her free hand. Yes, there's a fire at... Oh, Paul, what's our address? Lake Windsor Downs. What is it? Run outside and find the house number. I sprinted out, read the black numbers over the garage, sprinted back in and shouted, 1125! But Mom had already dug out a contract and was reading into the phone, 1225 Kensington Gardens Drive, Lake Windsor Downs. What? Where is it? It's in Tangerine! It's just outside of Tangerine! Mom listened for another 10 seconds, turning red. Then, at the end of her patience, she yelled into the phone, What more do you need to know? It's the place with the smoke pouring out of it! Get somebody out here! She listened again, said, Yes, please, hurry, and hung up. We resumed our search of the house and waited for the approaching wail of the fire engines. 20 minutes later, Mom picked up the phone to call the fire department again as I peered out the front window. Wait, Mom, I shouted. I see them. They're on the other side of the development. Mom and I ran outside and watched an old red fire engine cruising slowly up and down the streets. The fire engine turned in our direction. We waved and hollered and managed to attract the driver's attention. When the engine rolled up in front of our house and the driver got out, we saw that he was alone. He didn't look to be much older than Eric. He had on knee-high black and yellow boots, a pair of cut-off shorts, and a white t-shirt that had Tangerine Volunteer Fire Department, Wayne, written over the breast pocket. He waved to us and smiled brightly. Y'all the ones who called about the fire? Mom turned and pointed at our house. Yes, right here. The young man didn't move. Where's fire at, ma'am? Mom directed her voice at him like a laser beam. You get in there and answer that question for yourself, young man. I called you 20 minutes ago. Is our house about to burst into flames while we're standing out here? Any of your walls or doors feel hot, ma'am? No. Then I'd say you don't need to worry. You don't got a fire, just a bunch of smoke. Smoke? Smoke from where? Without a moment's hesitation, the young man's left arm shot up and pointed to the open field just beyond the wall at the end of our street. Right out there. It's the muck fire. It's the what? Muck fire, ma'am. That field probably got hit by lightning last night. Stirred up the muck fire. Last night? So, how long is this fire going to burn? The young man laughed out loud and threw up his hands. It's been burning as long as I can remember. Mum's mouth dropped. She stared at him in disbelief as he continued cheerfully. Mug fires don't go out. They're burning all the time. Burning right there under the ground all the time. Sometimes the rain will damp them down, but they're still smoldering. Y'all ever hear of lignite? Mum and I shook our heads dumbly. Wayne continued, Well, that field's full of lignite. Lignite is like one step before coal. There's hundreds of miles of it under here. Mum turned to me with a look of pure puzzlement. Well, I'm sure your father was never told about any of this. I'm sure the Homeowners Association will want to know about this. Oh, they know about it, ma'am. Lots of people call us when they first move in here. We wind up having to explain it to them. I watched Mum struggling to understand this. You explain it to them? Yes, ma'am. And then what do they do? The young man laughed again. They learn to live with it, I guess. When the wind's up like this, they gotta stay inside, keep the windows closed. You're saying that there's no way of stopping this fire? He shook his head. Late summer like this, if you want to stop the muck fire, you gotta stop the lightning from striking. They ain't figured out how to do that yet. Watching this, I had to admire that Wayne fellow. He was relentlessly cheerful, even in the face of Mum's rising anger. I know she wanted to grab him by the ear and march him down to that field to put out that muck fire once and for all. But she couldn't. She couldn't do anything except turn to me once again and vow to bring this muck fire situation to the attention of the Homeowners Association. Y'all have a nice day, Wayne called. Mum and I turned together to look at him. With a happy wave, he climbed back into the fire engine and pulled noisily away.